right? Then the linguistics, the people who eventually try to find the alphabet, Sanskrit alphabet, would not succeed. Do you understand? Because if you recite the Vedas, just for example, you recite it now, this thing we did, so it is written Brahaspati and so on, but when you recite it, there is no bru or ha, spa. You only have sounds. So in order to that, there's a va there. So somebody must have said va has a meaning. You have to catch it. So which means a parallel language must exist. You know what I mean? Where these letters are captured independently. Or that becomes the basis on which So what I'm saying is that those primitive languages, by whatever reason, in the hills and the rivers and so on, stayed. And before they died, now they're dying very fast even. You know what I'm saying? Before they totally died away, some linguists, you know what I mean, they tried to create this alphabet or go into research. The same when it happened elsewhere, Hebrew, Phoenicians, elsewhere. So they went to the word stage, but they didn't have anything primitive. Do you understand what I'm saying? And hence the words become alphabet. Because I'm saying that suppose Namo Brahaspate, Namo Sang Indro Brahaspati. So in that, Sam Indro may be Sami may be like a burner. The Sham Indra I am saying, how do you know? Because they're separated here. Who separated it? You know what I'm saying? Who separated it? I separate, by virtue of this burners, I think we separate it. But Indra, he is there, Andra is there, and so on. I'm saying that because somebody writes that way. You understand? So when a word is there, word doesn't know it has letters. Now we know it has letters because somebody has told us. But when people are using oral language, right? So what I'm saying is that before those, so if they had taken from the words, you know what I'm saying, and then create alphabet, then things would have been different. And that happened in the Phoenician. In the sense, what happens there? So I think from the primitive things, they had objects, door, whatever, society runs with some words. Know what I'm saying? Advanced words, right? So they become regularly used. That they were tradespeople. Phoenicians, they were tradespeople, business people. So they had to trade on some kind of goods. So those goods became objects. It's called this book, desk. Okay, all right. So those are popularly used. Okay, so which means that if they're being popularly used, people know all that. So okay, it's a duh sound is there, desk, and b sound is there, book. So which means that I can say, suppose you want to say dub, so I can say a desk as a letter and book as a letter. The people who would know, they will say that D take from here and B take from there. But I'm writing is desk and book. Objects. You know what I'm saying? That's how we say A, B, C, D, because they're not really, they are derived from those objects. Do you understand? Those objects. So that particular transition, that objects make alphabet versus alphabet is a given human condition, was somehow got done by chance, by sheer luck, you know what I'm saying, by Indian linguists. The other thing I would also say, which is kind of a little more important, that sometime in the human history, do you understand? Sometime in the human history, always people who think about philosophy or think about languages, people who are thinkers, they're always thinking where the universe came to come from. Does it have origin or does it self-evolving? Those kind of questions. Do you understand? People who think in these lines. Where does sound come from? What is it? How do I represent it? What is the basis of it? How did the child come from? Huh?
Ontological.
Ontological. Where did the child come from? Where does life come from? Where do you go? Things of that nature. Right? Which also happened in India, also happened here. But what happens is that in India, these questions did come, but did not trump the earlier thought that life, universe, thought is a continuous process. It can trump it. Do you understand? It can trump it. Trump it because how does it matter if life continues or not? You understand that? That is, to create a finiteness to the universe, to create a origin, time continuity, philosophically. There must be a father somewhere, origin somewhere. So you go from there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? What that then means is that I are contained by the physical space, physical objects, because they are created. You know what I'm saying? And India, or this our linguists, they escaped that, even though that thought did come. But they protected, no, language is cosmic. Do you understand? Which we said in the first class or second class, something like that. So it's a bhava. Bhava in the sense, so basically what that means is, as I said in last class, probably I saw the tape, last class, that is each time that is the evolution and dissolution. The what is being created and what dissolves. Vyakta, abhyakta. Abhyakta is there. Before I say it, it is not there. So which means I'm not saying your word. I'm not saying his word. I'm not saying any given object. That is created. You know, conceptually. Do you understand? That's created. Which means is ajanma. It had no birth until I gave birth. Until I gave birth. That particular object is not your, is my. As I said. What I'm saying? So that transcends, which means that transcends the awe. From a generic awe to your awe. It is not a generic awe I'm reproducing. It's awe I created by me, by my prana, my breath, my thought. I desired on it. So this conceptual thing, do you understand? I'm without laboring on it, but I want you to understand this difference, which I might have said in the first or second class, that the once you have a physical space, physical universe, and physical creation, then you say, I try to investigate what is there in this universe. Because objects are there. I didn't create it. Do you understand? There's a creator. And the creator has made all these objects. I'm an observer. I see a tree, I see a man, I see a car, I see this, I describe them. You know what I'm saying? What these people did, in the sense, cosmologically, I'm not describing objects. I'm creating objects. How? By my
Description.
description, by my words, the way I see the object, not what you tell me the object is. Do you see the difference? You say it's a blue car and so on, you know what I mean? And I say, look, that's a blue car, say that's a blue car, say that's a blue car. No. I see the car and I describe it in my words. Blue, white, green, I think. I may not say anything. Do you understand? Empowerment? So which means the objects are not really indeed there to me until I desire to say it. You might say the blue car. I don't care. Do you understand? This empowerment. Do you know what I'm saying? And the letter, the dhvani words, nada are yours. And that's what they call Sabda Brahma. You know what I'm saying? That is, the nada is coming to you, the entire cosmos has your ichha, has not taken. Then you say, what happens to him? The yes, it also can come to him. What happens to him also can come to him. That's fine. It doesn't, is infinite. That's the other concept, that is so large and so big and so diverse, it doesn't contain itself into any finite space. All right? So that is where I think once this linguistics developed in this manner, do you understand, such a philosophy got attached to it, cosmological. That it is not that you learn, because then you can say, okay, if it is so, then what's grammar? Why people so in a particular way? What exactly I do? Suppose I speak, then why shall I use a particular style? You know what I'm saying? So those kind of things are, then that becomes your expressive capacity, your skills then, so that other person can understand. Your grammar, as I said before, your consonants and your vowels. That's your grammar. Do you know what I'm saying? But the car is moving.